But how can such gentle animals transform into merciless ninjas that chase bears? There's really something special about these kitties who bristle up and become gladiators ready to throw down with anyone. Protection of their loved ones, kittens, humans, or their dog friends. Cats are balls of pure craziness who can give you cuddles just as easily as slap your face at lightning speed. Their physical prowess speaks for itself, and their 15 minutes of daily craziness drives us insane. Sometimes we even wonder if they're not being called by an alien mothership making contact with them. We always wonder why cats do things that make no sense whatsoever. Why does my cat bite me? Why does my cat pee in my shoes? Why does my cat cut the brakes on my bike while looking at me sadistically? Everything seems strange about these felines, but we need to realize that cats are often considered the ultimate carnivorous predators on the planet. Wherever cats arrive, it's a genocide-level wipeout that's triggered, cleaning out all the rodents, birds, lizards, and more that are hanging around there. But maybe that's actually the reason. Fighting, combat, demolishing others. Why look for complicated explanations? A cat's life outside is the life of an individual who must always be ready to take down any impudent creature. So what they do is train. They sharpen their skills. You have to be fast, you have to be technical, you have to be able to go from 0 to 100 inches a millionth of a second. Cats sleep 13 to 16 hours a day or more. At any moment during these long hours, a bear, a dog, a fox, a mouse, a wolf, a wildlife photographer, or a rabid cat could surprise them. You have to be able to wake up and switch to hellish guillotine mode at the same instant, especially against the photographer. And bonus points, if you slash his $3,000 lens, he'll be so pissed. But when it's impudent animals who want to fight thinking there's an easy kitty to demolish in front of them, well, let the battle begin. Faced with all these threats, you always have to be at the top of your game. Why are they afraid of cucumbers? Because in nature, a green thing sneaking up behind you stealthily has a good chance of being a psst that wants to plant 2 fangs in your rear end. That's why they panic like crazy at the slightest suspicious toaster, at the slightest printer that makes a weird noise, or worse if it's a human playing bad tricks on them. But these humans get punished. After all these bursts of energy, you need to be able to chill out. That's probably why cats love to squeeze into improbable places. They're safe there, nobody can surprise them. Except human impudence, but that's unstoppable anyway. It's said that cats don't see us as humans, but rather as big lazy cats. So maybe in their little brains, we're the weird ones. Why don't humans sniff each other's butts? Why are humans afraid of the terrifying noise the vacuum cleaner makes, or worse, the kitchen hood? They see a cardboard box, and it's paradise, a protected place where they won't get attacked. Well, in theory, but if cats are excellent at defending themselves, thanks to their ninja training, they'll also go defend anyone who's part of their clan. In this video that went around the world 100 times, a child is playing peacefully in front of his house. The weather is nice, mom isn't far, in short, the little one is happy. But a stray dog sees the scene and is outraged by the little one's tranquility, goes around the family car and comes to bite the kid's shin, dragging him to the ground. Without missing a beat, the family cat launches itself at the wild pooch. It manages to get him off the kid, then chases him, probably insulting him with every name in the book to make him get lost and never come back before returning to make sure the little one is okay. Fortunately, he only needed a few stitches and nothing else. But can you imagine if cats weren't always preparing for a sudden confrontation? It might have only taken a few more seconds for the dog to turn the child's leg into mincemeat. In this other incident, a little girl was peacefully playing when a dog surprised her. She seems to scream and be panicked without the dog seeming really violent, but it's already too much for her faithful feline, because who dares make his favorite human cry? Get out of here! Note the 0 to 100 inches a fraction of a second once again. But it's not just humans who receive all the protection from kitties. Everyone in their clan benefits, including dogs. This dog was chilling in front of the family house and decides to take a little outdoor poop, and we can only salute this desire. But nature isn't for the Care Bears, and we see it immediately with 2 coyotes who rush to attack the dog right away. Okay, coyotes consider dogs as snacks, but guys, it's kinda abusive to attack someone while they're peacefully taking a dump. Don't you have any honor? But no panic, Super Cat to the rescue, who as soon as he heard his best friend's cries, he arrives and spots these shameful Sunday coyotes. Half a second to assess the danger, and he launches an assault on these guys. But he knows that coyotes can really hurt, so the tactic is mainly to scare them before quickly going back inside now that his friend is protected. Cats will always protect members of their clan and appreciate dogs who show them respect. If they're wary outside, it's because dogs always spend their time yelling for nothing when they see a cat. So naturally, in response, better to be wary of them. But if dogs are chill and calm around them, they'll have no problem appreciating them or at worst tolerating them. But when dogs act a bit too moronic, then yes, a slap or even hundreds of slaps are necessary. But really, it's simply to teach them some fundamental values, nothing more. Look at this dog. He's chilling. The cat is chilling. But this dog arrives with way too much energy, and then a proper straightening out is necessary. That's all. Want more? It may surprise you that cats dare to throw themselves claws out at animals absolutely capable of defeating them, but it doesn't stop there. Look at this moment when a group of stray dogs, a real nightmare for any passing cat, comes to attack a defenseless kitten who's trying as best he can to appear big and strong, but clearly has every chance of being swallowed whole. Hard to go with a scare tactic like with the coyotes. There are too many of them. So this particular cat goes in with all his fury, going straight into the middle of the group to completely divert their attention. The cat is probably calling an ambulance, but not for himself, for these wretched dogs who are perplexed and each getting their snout torn up under the claws of this hysterically heroic cat. But he's not completely stupid either and knows to seize the opportunity to get out of there quickly now that the job is done. That's where you see the real difference between cats and dogs, but more generally between felines and canines. For dogs, it's all in the fangs with their mouth as the only real weapon. With felines, and particularly with kitties, the weapons are dispersed. Both fangs and claws are used, and not just those of the front paws, but also those of the back paws. Especially when they throw their entire body at their victim, who will receive 18 claws in the thorax, head, or butt. And that must really hurt. That's why if you have a cat that goes outside fairly often, avoid cutting its claws, because at any moment it might need them to disfigure an insolent enemy, whether to save itself or to save its friends. Even beyond these main weapons, cats will use their whole body to appear bigger and especially show their agility against these lame enemies who don't spend their time training like these feline warriors. These brawlers seem to have two ways of correcting their enemy's behavior. The one that cat owners know most is the paw swipe, bam bam, without really going all out, just to stop the nonsense that's happening. It's really when the cat doesn't really want to fight, rather a peaceful way to stop its adversary. Well, peaceful, a slap, maybe I'm exaggerating a bit, but for the cat, a smack in the snout is very diplomatic. But when the impudence is major, 1 or 2 or 8 slaps won't do the trick, and that's when cats launch the total of their weapons in assault on their enemy of the day. Look at this takeoff, no holding back, there's no break, it's all or nothing. That's the thing with cats, there's no in between. They go for it, and may the best one win and the other piss themselves, whether it's their enemy or them. Look at him upside down. Impossible to have doubts at that moment and think it wasn't a good idea. All there is to do is give everything for victory. I saw a claim, and I have to say it seems to be true. Look at how cats often attack twice. A first time to dominate the adversary, and then a second time to make sure you understood that you just got dominated and it's time to go home to your mama. First attack, and the next one systematically. No matter if the enemy is already defeated and in a major KO, in the cat's mind, there needs to be a second round so the affront is washed away in the most humiliating way possible. Even when cats botch their first attack, they'll then pursue the guy mercilessly. Look, it's always the same. First lesson and the second must come. It's automatic, and it's probably one of the secrets of these felines' world domination. The victims can cry all they want. The cat is determined, focused, and over-vitaminized to finish it, and against other cats. Yes, they can team up and be one in nature, but at the slightest hesitation, they won't hesitate with a little family slap to make the kitty understand that the enemy of my enemy is only my friend temporarily, and that he risks suffering defeat if he acts a bit too smart. In fact, cats among themselves outside is a bit like World War II when there's a common enemy, but then it's the Cold War where everyone is ready to draw. When we observe all this, we realize that cats are actually grumps who simply want to be left alone. I know I say grumps when they're cute, but what I mean is they like being at peace, chilling, taking it easy in a fresh cardboard box from this morning's delivery take there. That's nice. And any being crazy enough to dare disturb their tranquility will have to receive a feline punishment important enough for this attack to be calmed immediately. Look at how mother cats are adorable, but as soon as one of her kittens starts getting too big for his britches and disturbing mom, it's immediately a monumental slap that spins the kid's brain around so he understands that mom is nice, but mom can demolish you in a fraction of a second. Little S. This black cat there in front of the pool is chilling, but no, this dog comes with his desire to mess around. No, there's no messing around. Go make a splash. That'll cool down your excitement, you cheap dog. It's not me saying it, it's the cat. Folks, I'm sorry, but it's crazy how they'll even anticipate your impudence. Look at all these cats looking at their dog friend with a look that says a lot. They're like, go ahead, just act smart, just move a nostril, and you'll see what you get. Sometimes the urge is so strong and their anticipation so great that they'll correct the poor dog before he even tries anything. I can't take it. They're crazy. And don't even hope to get revenge because you'd have to be able to catch them first. When I tell you they're ninjas, look at this agility. They can always get out of it. They look like Spider-Man, or rather Spider-Cat. Another reason to leave them their claws if they go outside. Hey, look at this impudent child who's about to throw this cat in the pool while his useless parents film for social media. There you go, little Jimmy in the water. Go get him now, you unworthy parents. Okay, some of you will tell me it's deserved because cats are vermin who spend their time being impudent themselves. It's true. Sometimes you wonder if it's really to train for fighting or just because they want to annoy everyone as much as possible, us or others. Because humans, dogs, cats, rabbits, we all take our share. And them too, because let's not forget to note the number of times karma intervenes to punish these cats themselves. Like for example, when they get stuck everywhere and when they wipe out like beginners in front of ridiculous and doomed from the start jump attempts. Worse, they sometimes attack themselves. Dude, stop hitting yourself. What are you doing? Don't you have a glass to knock over instead? Or I don't know, go serve as a chair for the canine impudence's butt, for example. I'm not saying, but cats don't react too much to getting the dog's rear end on their face. Maybe it's a form of acceptance. Maybe deep down they like being submissive. Try it with your cat or a cat outside. For the kids watching, don't try it. You'll get demolished. Rather let the adults get demolished and make fun of them. Life is short. You have to laugh from time to time. Okay, more seriously, as soon as you see a cat, don't forget to first extend your hand without being too excited to let them sniff you. And only then, I said then, if they tolerate you, you might be able to approach them, but with the respect they deserve, and that in all circumstances, except when they're doing anything crazy. Then you can make fun of them. Look at him. Come on, if you like the video, don't be impudent cats and subscribe, then click on the next video.